So let's look at taking personal responsibility. What is that? It is mature response to my ability. It's the ability to act independently without supervision. That I do not need deadlines, that I do not need external motivation, that I do not need someone supervising me and telling me, did you get it done? Did you get it done? Did you get it done? Responsibility is responding to the situations and the circumstances in my life in such a mature way that I manage myself internally. One thing I've learned through the years is external management will never motivate somebody who is not internally motivated, who's not intrinsically motivated. But if they are intrinsically motivated, it takes very little investment and mentorship, because they will take what you give them and they will run with it. And that is powerful. And you'll see people change so rapidly because it's not just your investment. Your investment is a seed, and they water it and they partner with it to advance it and increase it. It's a moral obligation to act appropriately in respect towards others as well as task. So I must recognize, as a leader, I am taking responsibility not just for task, but my relationship and connection to people, whether I'm leading them or I'm following someone. And what's really powerful about leadership, you'll never be a really good leader if you can't be a good follower. It is painless to ignore responsibilities. It's really easy to ignore responsibilities, but it's painful to face the consequence of ignoring those responsibilities. So many times we want to do what we want to do at the moment, but we're not thinking about our lack of responsibility hindering our ability to excel, advance, and increase. Helen Keller said, "Until the great mass of people shall be filled with a sense of responsibility for each other's welfare, social justice can never be attained." So what she's saying, we need a critical mass of people to take responsibility for the welfare of others so that justice can be established on this earth. Peter Demarest said, "What is magnificent about your mind is that you have the power in any moment to make conscious choices independent of your habits." So no matter what you've done habitually that has sabotaged you or hindered you or held you back, and it's been a habit that you have walked in, the fact is, at any moment, we can make a conscious choice to function in a way that has been independent of our habits. We can introduce new thoughts, literally rewrite the instructions in our own mind to say, this is the person I'm going to be, and this is how I'm going to walk in that. Dennis Waitley said, "There are two primary choices in life: to accept conditions as they exist or accept the responsibility for changing them." That's a powerful quote. I can say, well, this is just the way it is, or I'm going to embrace the responsibility to bring change to them. I cannot play the blame game and spend my life blaming others or circumstances. It is so easy to make an excuse, but we have the amazing opportunity to take responsibility and not blame others. When you find yourself looking to somebody else and blaming them for the condition on the inside of you, then that's the place we fail, because no one has the power to shape the way I'm going to think. I can't change the way you think. I can present, and you make the choice to change the way you think. You can't change the way I think. What I do is I receive from people, and I recognize, Melody, you got to change your thinking. You got to start expanding your horizons. There's a world out there you haven't yet seen. That's why I love being around people that know things I don't know, have been places I've never been, have experiences I've never experienced, because those are seeds planted inside of me that can expand me. And I don't want to find an excuse why I can't learn and grow and adopt certain things into my life. No more excuses. See, we've got to push past the I can'ts of life and discover the hidden treasures of value potential. Many times I do an activation at this point, and I tell people to begin to write down the things they can't do. I can't lose weight. I can't learn. I can't do this. I can't do that. Whatever the I can't is. And you draw a line through I can't and write in the words, I choose not to. The reason we can't is because we're choosing not to. Come on. No more excuses. Say no more excuses. See, the moment we make an excuse, we stunt our growth in that area. So as soon as I say I can't do something, I've literally sabotaged myself with my words saying you're not going to grow. You're not going to change. You're not going to advance. I make an excuse that keeps me right where I'm at. And what's sad about that, it frustrates me at the exact same time. I hate the fact that I feel powerless, but I made the excuse that has made me powerless. Because it's my choice. We went through the whole process of thought, so I don't have to reteach it. But that's exactly what an excuse is. It's giving me a license to stay where I'm at rather than growing, changing, and advancing. And is it easy to grow? No. Is it easy to be transformed? Is it easy to walk out of what has been familiar to me and learn something new? It's never easy, but it's definitely worth the price. It's an investment worthy of making. 99% of failures come from people who have the habit of making excuses. George Washington Carver. So we say no more I can'ts. If you believe you can't, you won't try. If you know you can, you won't quit even when you fail. Because the fact is, if I'm moving forward, I will probably fail repeatedly. But we have got to stop being afraid of failure, even though we hate it. If I don't produce to the level that I want to produce, I hate that. But the fact is, the only way I know I can increase is to experience those times when I'm not able to accomplish something to the fullness of my potential. Our words, our attitudes, and our actions are constantly communicating to others. So if you see me as a leader making excuses, then I've just communicated to you that that's okay for you. What is hypocrisy? It doesn't mean that I'm perfect or I'm not perfect. Hypocrisy is when I expect you to do something I'm not willing to do. That there's a different standard for me than there is for you. That's hypocrisy. But pursuing and taking responsibility, even if I don't succeed to the level I was expecting, is modeling leadership. We must take responsibility to model the way as well as properly connect in task and heart. Well, that's just not the way I am. Well, then maybe I need to love you more than love me so that I can develop myself in a way to connect in heart. The reason I became a behavioral analysis consultant 22 years ago is because I did not know how to connect to people on a heart level. I'm this high type A person, and I knew I was motivated by love. I show I love by what I do. I invest. So in the midst of that investment, people are saying, you're all about task. And no, that's about love. I did that because I love. Well, you were just doing something because I wasn't real comfortable with so many ways in which they needed love communicated to them. So I became a behavioral analysis consultant, not to develop a career or to become a consultant or to get my doctorate or do anything else. I did it because I needed to take what was on the inside of me and to be able to relate and connect to you so you could feel the love that I could feel, because I didn't know how to express it to you. I learned that there's so many ways that people feel loved and valued, ways that you can connect to their heart. So I have to look at you and take time to understand you as a leader and say, how can I connect to this person? In Business Week in 2003, they wrote an article about Michael Dell and Kevin Rollins of Dell Incorporated. And it was very interesting because Dell and Rollins of the company Dell, they went to all their workers to get feedback from their workers. And they began to discover that the majority of their workers thought Dell was impersonal and emotionally detached. That's their view of Michael Dell. Their view of Kevin Rollins was he was seen as autocratic, antagonistic. Very few in the company felt loyalty to the company or to the leaders of that company. So when this survey was given, here the heads of this company heard how people felt about them. So they could have said, hey, we're the bosses. This is the way it is. We don't care what people think. They're getting paid good. I don't need to listen to them. I didn't get here by accident. But what they did, and here they had one of the most successful companies, they didn't ignore the feedback. In fact, they took immediate corrective actions. And Michael Dell put a prop on his desk, and it was a plastic bulldozer to remind him not to bulldoze over people. And Rollins put a Curious George doll on his desk to remind him to inquire of other people to hear about their opinion and their ideas. Listen to this, so powerful. Then in 2005, Dell Incorporated was ranked the most admired company in America and the third most admired company in the world by Fortune magazine. So what was their secret? And that only took 2 years to take them to that place. What was their secret? Their secret was the belief that the status quo is never good enough, even if it means painful changes for the man with his name on the door. That's powerful. Because they embraced the feedback and were willing to change and work on the things that could sabotage them, they went to the most admired company in 2005 in the United States. Amazing. See, we can increase our ability to generate value in others by the way we communicate, how we treat others, and the culture of respect and honor we foster. One of the greatest things we can do is hear from those we lead. I've learned through the years that those who are doing a task have a whole lot more wisdom on how something should be done than me, who is a leader, asking them to do a task. So I say, how long does it take to create a website? 1 or 2 days? And they go, do you realize this and this and this and this? I didn't know that. Give me some feedback on what it takes to do that. See, when there's something I don't understand, I receive input from them so that we can make sound decisions. And that's powerful. That's taking responsibility. I want to thank you for listening and encourage you to become a part of the Stop Devaluation movement. Be sure to like and follow #StopDevaluation on social media, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and visit StopDevaluation.com for more information and free resources. You can help spread the movement by sharing with others, leaving a review on Apple Podcasts, and most of all, by living a courageous lifestyle of using your power for good. Go out and value someone today. Your life matters, and you can make the world a better place. One word, one choice,
one action of validation at a time.